A farmer who defended his home by flipping a car off his land with a forklift has been cleared of any wrongdoing. Robert Hooper, 57, argued in court an Englishman's home is his castle and that he had been assaulted before he used his tractor to forcibly remove the Vauxhall Corsa last June. Mobile phone footage showed him using a telehandler with forks to lift the £16,000 car from the lane outside his farm in New Biggin in Teesdale, County Durham. It was then flipped and pushed onto its side on the road outside. Shirtless passenger Charlie Burns, 21, who had been visiting the area that day and had drunk up to 7 bottles of lager, was knocked to the floor by the vehicle's lifting forks. The jury at Durham Crown Court cleared Mr. Hooper of dangerous driving and criminal damage after a 4-day trial at Durham Crown Court. Mr. Hooper told proceedings, "I felt threatened and an Englishman's home is his castle, and my castle starts at that front gate. I thought we have a bit of a problem here, there's 2 of them, half my age, I didn't know what they had in terms of weapons, or what they were capable of doing. I thought if the car was off the property, that would be them off the property, out of the way." In his closing speech to the jury, Michael Rawlinson, defending, gave the origin of the saying, referring back to the judge Sir Edward Coke's comments which set legal precedents in 1604. Referring to arguments about how Mr. Hooper could have acted differently that day, Mr. Rawlinson also quoted the boxer Mike Tyson, saying, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth." Mr. Burns had been drinking with friends at Low Force Waterfall, and having consumed up to 7 bottles of lager he was intending to walk 52 miles back to South Tyneside. He told the jury he spotted his friend Elliot Johnson whose Corsa had suffered a double puncture, which was why they parked on the farmer's lane. In his closing remarks, David Ward, prosecuting, told the jury the Crown was not saying Mr. Hooper was a thug, but that his actions were utterly irrational on the day. Judge Racing had outlined routes to verdict for the jury, explaining the law surrounding self-defense and a defendant protecting himself and his property.